and good morning and or afternoon wherever you are. It's Alex coming to you from Niagara Golf and Batting Cages in Niagara, Ontario. I'm at this beautiful little facility here. I always come here to hit golf balls, and I'm here to do a little bit of a talk regarding a product that came in for testing and review some time ago, but due to health issues that were going on, I really haven't had a chance to get them out there. Before I continue, I just want to invite everyone to hit that like and subscribe button. I admit that I'm not a glossy guy, I'm not finished, but anyways, I'm here, I'm doing my thing, and all you ever get at until the next tee is nothing but total honesty. I'm not sponsored by anybody, I'm not paid by anybody, so if I like something, I like it. If I don't, I don't. You'll always know the truth from me. Honest should go without saying. Genuine, that's another story altogether. So the product in my hand is a wedge set from Edison Golf. These are the Edison Golf forged wedges. They're constructed out of 1025 carbon steel. So for those that are in the know, you know that these products or this particular metal is used often when it comes to making forged golf clubs. Terry Kaler is the mastermind behind Edison Golf. You might know the name from previous brands like Ben Hogan Golf, the reboot that started I think in 2014, and then Score Golf before that, and a few other companies before that. If there's anyone in this industry that knows a lot about wedges and how to make players improve, it is Mr. Kaler. So with these wedges, what you have here ultimately is a game improvement wedge. Often we're asked, what kind of wedge should we play? I play a cavity back iron, or I play like a super game improvement club, and I'm playing a blade wedge, which of course does a lot of things. I mean, it's a different shape, it's a different body, and the one thing to keep in mind about wedges, especially the higher loft, is those are the hardest clubs to hit in your golf bag. So always bear that in mind. So how do we make them forgiving? Well, you can either A, have a cavity back wedge, or you can do things with the metal and the R&D and just the whole concept of making a wedge to make it more game improvement friendly. So that's ultimately what Mr. Kaler accomplished with these wedges. First of all, these are a sharp looking wedge. I mean, you can see them right here. There's no massive cavity back, there's no hollowed out area like you'll see in some products like, say, the CBX from Cleveland Golf, for example. Okay, so that's the first thing. Next, you have a very nice top line. I'm gonna just try to turn it around here a little bit and show everyone. There you go, top line isn't too thick. It really offers you a blade profile, but looks can be deceiving. While you maintain that look of a blade, there's a ton of forgiveness packed into this. Weight was taken from other spots in the design, namely the hosel and the flange area that you typically see on a Vokey or a milled grinding 3 wedge or similar. And what happened was that weight was taken from down here in the flange area, right here, and placed higher up in the head. Have you ever been on the golf course, you're sitting in the rough, and you hit a couple shots out of the rough, and you strike it well, you pure it, or so you think, and the one ball flies, it's your wedge, 70 yards, 80 yards, and then the same exact lie, or one that's very similar, holy cow, you've now hit it high off the face, and now it's only going, say, 40 yards, because the club head, it just sort of slid underneath, and you just get a little flail coming out of that rough. That's because on all those other wedges that I've named, the milled grind, for example, Vokey, Cleveland, we're talking about the RTX, say, or the RTX Zip Core, all those wedges that I'm talking about, all that weight is in the flange. And while it helps you get the golf ball up in the air, it comes with some drawbacks. And that is the lack of weight in the top portion of the head. That's where these Edison Golf wedges really, they shine, really. We're talking about, because the weight being higher in the head, even if you strike the golf ball, the head slides under the grass, under the turf, and makes contact higher in the face, you're not going to be penalized with a poor strike or a poor result. It's going to be consistent, and that's the name of the game. You know, you got to be consistent, and these wedges do exactly that. These wedges from Edison Forged, or from Edison Golf, sorry. You know, I got mine done up with KBS Tour TGI 80 shafts. Had to have a little look there. Regular flex, because I like to feel a little bit more of the shaft working for me at impact or with short game. It just helps with tempo, because you don't need to swing out of your shoes when you have a wedge in your hand, right? It's more of a finesse. It's a finesse club. From a performance standpoint, whether it's greenside or from out in the fairway or around the rough, these wedges have not disappointed. They have performed exactly as advertised, and yeah, I mean, I've been blown away by what they can do around the green, and I've been blown away by what they do on the fairway in the rough. They do exactly what they're supposed to do, and they come fully as advertised. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this camera and this wedge, or at least one of them, and we're gonna go just in behind me real fast, and I'm gonna go make a couple swings. That way I can put it with this review as well. I just want to point out that they come in a 3 wedge set. Mine were 49 degrees, 53 degrees, and 57 degrees respectively. So you're talking about a equal gap, which is important for shooting lower scores, consistency, and knowing your yardages, otherwise known as gap control. So yeah, we're going to just hit the pause button here. I'm going to carry the camera over yonder, and we're going to have a swing, and then I'll wrap things up. So bear with me for 1 second. Okay, so that shot there was, you know, just a little excuse me swing. Again, you don't need a lot of swing or a lot of speed for hitting wedges, because it is all about finesse. So this was the 57 degree, and there's a flag out there. It says 75. It's a little bit short of 75, or at least where the 75 sign is there. I don't have my rangefinder, my Blue Tees Golf rangefinder in my hands right now. But where the green flag is, that is, I don't know, probably about maybe 80 yards, 75, in that ballpark. And all this does is launch the ball nice and high, gives you a stopping power. These wedges stop whether it's greenside. Ball has a lot to do with that as well. So let's not kid ourselves. And the one thing that I learned many years ago was you play the softest shaft that you can get away with, especially with wedges. That was something back when I was on Untitled staff, going back a few years ago. So anyways, here's the net result here, and this is all that this club has really done. Now that I'm sort of kind of getting some reps in, everything's middle of the face, so it tells us that the lie angle is pretty good. You know, I'm stalling out in a good spot, and make sure that if you're to order up a set of these wedges from Edison Golf, make sure you know your specs. So I'm gonna just go ahead, got 2 more there laying down, so let's go hit them. And I mean, these wedges feel great. Edison Golf Forged wedges, Terry Kaler. So if you're in the market for a new wedge set or a single wedge, give Edison Golf a try. Look for the full review over at untilthenexttee.com, the home of organic golf reviews. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next tee.